All right, welcome. If you're prepping for your A-level business exam, especially paper 3, you know the difference between a decent answer and a top-tier one is huge. It's all about moving from just listing stuff to actually building a real strategy. And today, we're going to master 2 tools that'll get you there: SWOT and the TOWS matrix. So, let's get right into it.
So, how do the big, successful businesses actually do it? How do they take a simple analysis and turn it into a powerful, concrete strategy? That is the million-dollar question, right? And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to answer that, and more importantly, how to show the examiner you get it. It's about moving from listing points to actually using them.
Here's what we're going to cover. First, a quick look at what strategic analysis even is. Then, we'll break down the classic SWOT framework. After that, and this is key, we'll look at the big limitation of SWOT, the one that trips a lot of people up. Then, we'll bring in the solution, the TOWS matrix. We'll see how it works and wrap up with the one thing you absolutely have to remember for your exam.
Okay, first things first. Before a business can figure out where it's going, it has to know where it is right now. I mean, it's like using a map, right? You can't plan a route until you find that "you are here" pin. And that process, that's what strategic analysis is all about.
So, this is pretty much the foundation of strategic management. It's all about doing your research, your reconnaissance, gathering all the intel you can on the company's internal world and the external environment. And probably the most famous tool for getting all that information organized is, you guessed it, the SWOT analysis.
Right, SWOT. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen this before, maybe a dozen times. But stick with me here because we're going to do a quick, solid recap. We need this foundation to be rock solid before we move on to the really clever part.
So what is it? Well, it's a framework for pinpointing a company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Simple as that. It's a way to take stock of your strategic position. It actually came out of Stanford back in the 60s, and it's so useful because it helps you categorize everything that's going on with the business. Okay, the most important thing to get right here is the big split between internal and external factors. Look, strengths and weaknesses, those are internal. They're about what's happening inside the company itself. Things you can control, more or less. Like maybe you have a fantastic brand, that's a strength. Or maybe your technology is ancient, that's a weakness. Then you have opportunities and threats. Those are external. They're happening out there, in the market, in the world. Think about a new competitor, or a new piece of technology that just dropped. The company can't control these things, but it definitely has to react to them.
All right, now this is where it gets really interesting. And honestly, this is what separates a decent grade from a top grade. SWOT is a great tool. It's a brilliant starting point, but it has a massive flaw. It's a trap, and a lot of students fall right into it without even realizing.
And this quote just nails the problem perfectly. After you do a SWOT, what do you have? You've got 4 lists. That's it. A list of strengths, a list of weaknesses, and so on. It's an inventory. It's a snapshot of your situation, but it is not a plan. It doesn't tell you what to do with all that information. And if you stop there in your exam answer, well, that's where you're just throwing marks away.
So, how do we fix this? How do we move from a simple list to actual action? Well, that's where the TOWS matrix comes in. It's a really clever evolution of SWOT, and I'm using that word evolution deliberately. It's not a replacement for SWOT. It's the next logical step.
And here's the genius of it. The TOWS matrix uses the exact same information, the same 4 lists you made for your SWOT, but here's the magic trick. It forces you to start matching them up. You take an internal factor and pair it with an external one. And suddenly, your static, boring list becomes a set of real, dynamic, actionable strategies.
Okay, pay attention now, because this is where the real gold is. This is how you show an examiner you don't just know the model, you know how to use it. The TOWS matrix creates 4 different fields, 4 distinct types of strategy we can generate.
So have a look at this matrix. It's not just 4 boxes with lists anymore. It forces you to make connections. You've got your internal factors, strengths and weaknesses, along the top, and your external ones, opportunities and threats, down the side. Now you have to look at where they intersect. You're forced to ask questions like, okay, I've got this strength here. How can I use it to take advantage of that opportunity over there? See? You're not just listing things, you're building strategies from the ground up.
Let's break these 4 strategy types down. First, you have your maxi-maxi or SO strategies. This is you on the attack. You're using your strengths to go after big opportunities. Then there's mini-maxi or WO. This is about development. How do we fix our weaknesses so we can grab those opportunities? Next, maxi-mini or ST. This is defensive.
How can we use our strengths like a shield to protect us from threats? And finally, Mini, or WT. This is pure survival mode. How do we minimize our weaknesses and dodge threats at the same time? Thinking like this is what real strategic thinking is all about.
Okay, so let's boil all of this down. What's the one key takeaway you need to walk away with for your exam? Here it is, the critical difference. Think of it like this. SWOT is the diagnosis. It's the doctor telling you what's wrong. It answers the question, what's our situation? But TOWS is the prescription. It's the plan for getting better. It answers the question, so what are we going to do about it? One gives you an inventory of factors. The other gives you a set of actual strategies. If you can use both in your answer, you're showing a complete, sophisticated understanding of the whole process.
Look, if you want to get those top marks, don't just do a SWOT and stop. You have to take the next step. You have to show the examiner how those factors you listed combine to create clear, justified strategic options using the TALS framework. This is so important because it moves your answer from just describing something to actually analyzing and applying it. You're not just a student who memorized a model. You're thinking like a real business strategist. And trust me, that's what gets rewarded.
So let me leave you with a final thought to chew on. Which of these 4 strategies do you think would be most important for, say, a brand new tech startup compared to a massive established market leader? Think about it. That startup is probably all about those WO strategies, fixing its weaknesses to grab a huge opportunity. But the market leader? They might be more focused on ST strategies, using their incredible strength to fend off threats from newcomers. It shows you that the right strategy always depends on the situation. And that's how you turn simple analysis into powerful action.